Greetings and welcome back to Curiosities Obscura. We're thrilled to have you with us for another exciting exploration. Please don't forget to like, click the bell icon, and subscribe to stay updated with our latest adventures. Now, without further ado, let's get started. It's a snowy evening in a small, dimly lit European village. Children have left their shoes by the door, hoping for gifts and treats to appear. But as the frost whispers against the window panes, the shadows outside seem to move. Suddenly, a cowbell jangles, and something monstrous stalks down the street, a creature with twisted horns, a serpentine tongue, and eyes that pierce like a winter storm. This is Krampus, the dark mirror to the jolly figure of Santa Claus. But who is Santa, really? And how did he end up with such a terrifying counterpart? Today, on Curiosities Obscura, we're diving deep into the fascinating world of holiday legends to uncover the intertwined histories of Santa Claus and Krampus, and how they reflect the battle between joy and fear, generosity and justice in our collective imagination. To understand Krampus, we first need to unravel the tale of Santa Claus himself. Forget the image of a Coca-Cola-inspired Santa chuckling, "Ho, ho, ho," in a red suit. That version is a relatively modern creation. The roots of Santa go back much further, 1,700 years to be exact. The figure we call Santa Claus is based on Saint Nicholas, a 4th century Christian bishop from Myra, a town in what is now Turkey. Saint Nicholas was known for his generosity and kindness, especially toward children and the poor. One of the most famous stories about him involves a desperate man who couldn't afford dowries for his 3 daughters. Without the dowries, the daughters faced a grim future. Hearing of their plight, Nicholas secretly threw bags of gold through their window at night, saving them from ruin. Sound familiar? That story is the foundation of the gift-giving legend. As centuries passed, the legend of Saint Nicholas spread across Europe. By the Middle Ages, he became a major symbol of Christmas, especially in Catholic regions. On December 6th, St. Nicholas's feast day, children would leave out their shoes or stockings, hoping for sweets and coins. But here's where it gets fascinating. In many cultures, St. Nicholas didn't operate alone. He had helpers who were far less kind than the saint himself. Some were controversial, like the Dutch figure Zwarte Piet, while others, like Knecht Ruprecht in Germany, were more somber, an austere figure wielding a bundle of switches and a knack for judging children's behavior. And then there was Krampus, a creature so terrifying that he makes coal in your stocking seem like a blessing. Unlike Santa Claus, Krampus doesn't have Christian roots. He's a holdover from pre-Christian pagan traditions in the Alpine regions. His name comes from the German word Krampen, meaning claw. In some tales, Krampus is the son of Hel, the Norse goddess of the underworld, tying him to ancient beliefs about death and punishment. Krampus embodies the idea of duality. He's the yin to Santa's yang, the shadow that makes the light seem brighter. While Santa rewards good children, Krampus punishes the bad, often brutally. According to legend, Krampus carries birch switches to swat misbehaving kids. And if you were really bad, he'd stuff you in his sack and drag you to his lair, never to be seen again. This tradition found its peak in Austria and Germany, where Krampusnacht, or Krampus Night, takes place on December 5th, the night before St. Nicholas Day. On Krampusnacht, Young men dressed as Krampus parade through the streets, rattling chains, ringing cowbells, and playfully terrifying anyone in their path. It's a mix of ancient pagan rites and Christmas cheer. The pairing of Santa and Krampus reflects an old European idea, the balance between reward and punishment. It's a bit like the carrot and the stick. St. Nicholas inspires good behavior by promising rewards, while Krampus enforces it with fear. This concept wasn't unique to the Alps. In other Germanic regions, you had Belsnickel, a gruff, unkempt figure who carried switches for naughty kids and treats for the good ones. In France, there's Père Fouettard, or Father Whipper, who, well, the name speaks for itself. These figures remind us that Christmas wasn't always about candy canes and cozy fireplaces. It was a time when survival was hard and winter was harsh. Stories like Krampus were warnings to children to stay in line, not just to avoid punishment, but to stay safe in a world full of danger. For much of the 20th century, Krampus was suppressed. The Catholic Church tried to erase him, calling his celebrations un-Christian. Even during World War II, Austria's conservative government banned Krampus, associating him with socialist values. But Krampus wasn't so easy to kill off. In the 21st century, he's made a huge comeback, not just in Europe, but across the globe. In pop culture, Krampus has become a symbol of rebellion against overly commercialized holidays. Movies, TV shows, and even comic books have embraced his macabre charm. But not everyone is a fan of his modern transformation. In Austria, where Krampus chocolates and figurines have become common, some critics argue that he's losing his edge. Santa and Krampus may seem like polar opposites, but they're two sides of the same coin. They remind us of the importance of balance, of light and dark, generosity and discipline. In some ways, they also highlight how cultures evolve. St. Nicholas began as a humble bishop and became a symbol of joy and giving. Krampus started as a pagan demon and found his place in Christmas traditions. Both figures adapted to fit the times and the people who celebrated them. And there you have it, two holiday legends, one light and one dark, intertwined in history and tradition. So, as you hang your stockings and deck your halls this year, maybe spare a thought for Krampus. After all, he might be watching you. And with that, we conclude our exploration into the curious world of Santa and Krampus. Join us in our next venture on Curiosities Obscura, quenching your thirst for curiosity as we continue to showcase the curiosities, oddities, and mysteries that shape our world. Until then, may your curiosity illuminate your path.